The dream I've always had was for my iPad to replace my laptop.
What's a computer?
And it seems like it's the obvious thing for Apple to do with their devices, but that was always easier said than done. iPadOS hasn't always been the best at giving you a fully functioning computer, and the one measly port on the iPad always meant plugging in accessories would become a chore, or having to buy dongles for your iPad was a necessity. But iPad has now drastically improved in the recent years, giving us a real usable operating system. You have an actual usable file system now on iPadOS. You have true computer-like multitasking with all those floating windows that you could want, but the one port is still an issue. Well, I think I just found a case that turns the iPad Pro into an actual Pro device. This is the Chesona ArmorDock Pro. It's way more than just a simple keyboard case. This case actually adds useful ports right into your iPad, turning this into a mini laptop of sorts. Inside the box, you get a user manual right on top. It goes over all the functionality and features that this case offers. Underneath the keyboard case, we'll get back to that in a second, you also get a mini screwdriver. More on why you need a mini screwdriver in a second. But now let's unwrap the ArmorDock Pro. This is a full-fledged keyboard case with a mostly plastic design. There are some elements of the keyboard case that are metal. It has this really rugged look to it, and on the back you'll see that there's a couple of screws. So you take that screwdriver they included inside the box, and if you remove those screws and remove the back plate, it will reveal a slot for the external SSD. This is a dedicated M.2 SSD slot for up to 2 terabytes. So you could literally purchase an SSD and add storage to your iPad with this case, which is something I've never seen in an iPad case before. And really that just adds to the laptop replacement factor that this case offers. I can't even do that with my MacBook, and this case is allowing me to do that right here. Installing the case is simple enough. You lift up the tray there on top, you squeeze it inside, and you attach the USB-C cable, and you're set. This top portion attaches to the bottom keyboard, and it automatically pairs with the iPad. It's all connected through the USB-C port there on the side. And before you ask, yes, it is using up your iPad's USB-C port, but it's adding a USB-C port there at the bottom. So you're not really losing something by having this keyboard case. And let's go over all the ports that you get with this case. You get a USB Type-C port, like I mentioned before, that's capable of charging the iPad up to 20 watts and providing 10 gigabytes per second of data speeds. You also have an HDMI port that can display up to a 4K resolution with 60 Hz. Nice to have there. And you also have a USB-A 2.0 port, a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and a full-size SD card 2.0 slot. So this pretty much covers any of the ports that you're gonna want on a dedicated laptop. In fact, most laptops today don't have as many ports as this case does, surprisingly. So it's really interesting to see that Chesona was able to add all of these ports into this one case that connects through one cable onto your iPad. And it's really seamless. As soon as I connect it, it attaches, everything's connected, and it works flawlessly. You're also able to attach and detach easily from the keyboard, which I really like as well. I don't want to have to carry the keyboard with me all the time, so I can easily just attach it like that, snap it back in, and it's ready to go. The keyboard itself is a premium scissor structure that has good key travel, especially for an iPad case. These keys are backlit, and you're able to change the color of the LEDs with some of the options there, even the brightness of the keys themselves. And like I mentioned before, these keys are a pleasure to type on, good key travel. Even the case itself, for opening it up, you'll see that there's a little slot there, so you can easily stick your finger in between and open up the case. Some laptops, non-Apple laptops, don't even have this little indentation for you to lift up the lid and open it. Now, it doesn't lift up with one hand, so there's that. When it comes to MacBooks, we're so used to that excellent precision that you're able to open up the laptop with just one hand. It does take two, but it's not a big deal. It's a keyboard case after all. The trackpad isn't the largest that I've used. It isn't on the level of a MacBook Pro, and the trackpad is very clicky. but it only clicks at the bottom of the trackpad. If you try to click it from the top, nothing really happens until you get towards the bottom. And this is a mechanical trackpad, so it's literally going up and down, which depending on your preference is better in some cases. Now, of course, the accuracy may not be there because you may be swiping and wanting to click towards the top, and it's not going to really click until you move towards the bottom of the trackpad. Just something to keep in mind. But I do like that it has all the gestures that you're used to with the Magic Keyboard or the MacBook. You can swipe up with 2 fingers, 3 fingers, and it does all those gestures right on the trackpad. All in all, the keyboard and the trackpad work well, and they don't take away, it's not something that takes away from the experience. But now let's get into the design of this case. Like I mentioned before, this has more of a rugged look to it. It's very plasticky. It does provide great protection. It feels nice when you're using it. There's like a soft plastic coating here on the inside, so it's nice and comfortable when you're typing on the inside. But it does add a lot to the profile of the iPad. It's going to add a lot of bulk to your iPad. And keep in mind, this is going to make the overall iPad wider, because if you look there at the bottom, this large bottom bezel, I'm assuming it's because of those ports there on the side, but just keep that in mind. It's going to make this overall wider, but having those ports, in my opinion, is definitely worth it. Now keep in mind, this doesn't have a dedicated battery as well, so this is going to use your iPad battery. Now there is a button there at the front where you can turn on and off some of the ports so it doesn't use up battery life. Your keyboard will always be connected to the iPad as long as it's docked, so battery life will be affected because this is literally connecting to your iPad using battery. It hasn't been a big issue for me. The only issue that I've run into when I close the lid, if I had this iPad unlocked, for example, and I close the lid, it doesn't automatically shut off the iPad. It stays on. So you have to remember to turn off the iPad, then close the lid yourself. If you don't have auto off when it comes to the display, it will keep the display on. You're not knowing it because it's closed shut, and it's just going to kill your battery life. Now, one thing I do wish this keyboard case had, especially when you detach it, is perhaps maybe just the kickstand on the back, so you can use this as a regular tablet, prop it up and watch content on it. It doesn't have that right now. You do have to open it up and have it attached to the keyboard so it stays up. You can actually detach the iPad, flip it around, and then attach it to the keyboard and have like a kickstand built in that way, so that is an option. But just having a kickstand attached to the back would have been really useful, at least in my use case, because sometimes I don't want to carry that keyboard around with me. I just want to detach it, leave it at home, and take the iPad with me. But if I don't have a kickstand, I can't really prop it up anywhere. It would have been nice to have. Not a big deal, just something personally that I would prefer. There's also this little slot that pops up on top, so you can still attach your Apple Pencil right on top, and it actually holds it in place. It's secure, it won't get lost, and I think that's a nice design that Chesona thought about here. Honestly, Chesona has added quite a bit to this keyboard case to kind of give somebody that uses their iPad for actual work everything they need. This is the H3 generation, so they've had generations previously to change features, add new things, and you can see that they are at a place now where they know exactly what they're doing and what they need to add to make this a very compelling product. And this by far is a power user slash creator's dream. If you do all your work on an iPad, but you always have those limitations because of the port situation or not having a physical keyboard, this solves everything. You don't have to carry around dongles with you. You can easily connect this to an external display when you're at home. Disconnect it, take it with you. You still have the USB-C port, the USB Type-A port. You can connect your SD card and download images or videos for video editing, whatever it is. It has all those ports. It's still going to protect your iPad, which is the point of a case in the first place, and you have that excellent keyboard and trackpad to get real work done. This has allowed me to replace my MacBook with just my iPad. We're seeing how iPadOS is being improved. They're adding more features to make it more like a laptop, and this just adds that cherry on top. All the ports that you need are right here, and I definitely recommend it for those people that want to get real work done on their iPad. I'll leave a link to the ArmorDock Pro in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. But let me know what you think. Is this something that you would definitely check out to use with your iPad? Are you the type of person that uses their iPad on a daily basis and doesn't want to use a laptop anymore? Leave a comment down below and I'll explain why I think this will definitely help you. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and I'll see you on the next one.